almost heaven, West Virginia.
Hey guys, this is Matt, and this is going to be my fourth installment in the Build Back Better bill. And in this installment, I will be talking about the access to child care part of the act, as well as the universal pre-K. Now, the first one I'm going to start off on is the access to child care. And in the bill, this is what's in the bill. Now, the first article I'm going to show you is going to hype this part of the bill. And then I'm going to tell you what's actually going on in the bill. Access to child care. American families currently spend an average of $8,355 per child annually for child care. The Build Back Better Act would deliver the largest expansion of affordable child care for middle-class families in American history, which experts say would allow parents to more easily re-enter the workforce. Provisions in the bill would ensure that the middle-class families pay no more than 7% of their income on child care, expanding access to 9 out of 10 families with children in the United States. Experts believe that this could save families in 32 states over $100 each week in child care expenses. Build Back Better Act would also improve compensation opportunities for child care providers, which will allow talented, passionate workers to stay in the sector while expanding access to professional development and training opportunities to ensure that children receive high-quality care. All right, guys, I'm going to stop right there. And the reason is I want to talk about what this is going to do to your taxes, as well as who's actually going to be running this program. And who's going to be running it? It's going to be the Department of Education of the federal government. And the question is what kind of oversight are they going to do? We already know they're changing the pay for people who work in this sector. And I'm going to show you an article. I'm going to go over with you about the change of pay that they're going to be having and what kind of changes we're going to have in our taxes when it comes to actually paying for this. So let's take a look at that article. Child care reform. While many families surely struggle with child care costs, the Democrats' solution has been slammed across the political spectrum. It would create a one-size-fits-all system that would drive up cost of daycare centers with new regulations and large mandate salary increases for child care workers. This could raise child care prices by as much as $13,000 per year, according to the left-wing People Policy Project. Many of these new costs would then be passed on to the government, i.e. the taxpayer, in order to cap cost for families. All right, guys, I want to stop right there. And the first thing I want to talk about is why is the price of child care going to go up? It's because of how much they're going to be paying these new child care professionals. Now, since the Department of Education is taking control of this, what's probably going to happen is they're going to be paying them about the same as a school teacher, which teaches kindergarten. And at that point, more than likely, they'll also be part of the same union as well, the teachers union. So with that happening, that would raise the cost of child care in the United States. It would pretty much almost triple it. Now, if you go by 7%, like they said that that they want to average people out paying with this act, right now child care is about $8,500 average nationwide per child. Okay, let's say you got one child, and then you add that, including the $13,000, which is the minimum that they figure. More likely, it's going to be more than that, but let's just say that. Okay, that would be about $22,000 a year for one child. That means they would have to create some kind of subsidy in order to cover over half that cost. So you only pay $7,000 if you make $100,000, and that means they would have to cover at least $14,000 of it. Where's that money coming from? Well, it's going to be coming from people like me and you who pay taxes. And they'll be using that to cover it. Thus, our taxes will have to go up to cover it. And not only that, it'll be a program that the DHHR and every city will have to implement, because they'll have to put you through a screening process to make sure you actually qualify to get this subsidy. Now, that's going to cost money too. They don't have that added in. Not only that, you're going to have more people going to the DHHR to see if they actually qualify for this. So they're going to have to get more employees for the DHHR. And it's just more bureaucracy to get people on the government dole and try to make this country more and more socialist, in my opinion. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is universal pre-K. And I'm going back to the previous article, so let's go ahead and check it out. Universal pre-kindergarten. Early childhood education delivers lifelong economic benefits for children by better preparing them to succeed in school. Pre-K and other child care programs also help parents improve their labor productivity by enabling them to more easily join the workforce and pursue additional education, boosting America's economic competitiveness. The Build Back Better Act would help states expand access to free preschool over 6 million children each year. Parents would additionally be able to send their children to a wide range of providers, including public schools, Head Start programs, and other providers. Alright guys, I'll be honest with you. This program seems to be great on the surface. Now, there's some issues I see in it. First thing, you're adding pretty much 2 more grades to grade school, where you're going to have 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds at, and so they can start learning at a younger age to be more competitive in the world. Now, I have no problem with that, but it's the people that are going to be running it that I have a problem with, and that is the Department of Education. Now, if you look at what's been going on with our education system, when it comes to kindergarten till 12th grade, it's been dismal. It's awful. Most of these kids don't even know all the capitals of the states, don't know general knowledge of the United States, much less of history, as well as math and even reading. So now we're going to allow them to start educating them at 3. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And especially since they still need to get better at educating them from kindergarten to 12th grade. The other thing is, both these programs, in my opinion, is the federal government trying to indoctrinate your kids from birth till 12th grade, or even if you want to include college. And the reason Democrats want to do this at the school level at this young of an age is because it's a perfect opportunity to spout the ideals of socialism at a young age. Once people have an idea of what they believe in when it comes to politics and stuff like that at a young age, it's hard for them to change their ideas and believe something different. And the best way to do that is start young. And they know that. They've learned that from the Soviet Union as well as China. So they're going to try to implement the same kind of programs here to do so here in order to push the idea of socialism being good and capitalism being bad. So that's why I think this program they want to start, and that is the biggest danger of the program. Not just because it would cause a large amount of debt and it would raise our taxes. It is this part of the actual bill that bothers me more than anything else. And the last thing that bothers me about the bill is people that don't have kids, or people who opt out and decide to let their grandparents or their parents or aunts, uncles babysit their kids, don't get to opt out on paying the taxes to provide these programs for people that are going to be using them. And I see a problem with that, because if they're not opt into this program, why should they have to pay for it? The other thing is, I think that should also be for all schooling. If you opt out of using public schools, you shouldn't have to pay the taxes to pay for those public schools, in my opinion. That money should come back to you and you spend it on your kids for either private school or to help them with their homeschooling. Now guys, that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.